All right, guys, so we're going to talk about the woke sports media, okay? We're talking about the woke sports media. And our favorite woke sports analyst, Stephen A. Smith, or should I say Stephen A. Simp, it looks like that he is going to have his way pushing Max Kellerman off the show First Take, okay? He's going to push Max Kellerman off the show First Take, right? He wants to get rid of Max, right? And the reason why I'm talking about this, guys, is because I find the dynamics here to be absolutely fascinating, especially how Stephen A. Smith has made headlines, basically giving his woke takes about how white privilege is so prevalent in our society, how black men don't get a fair shake. And he has criticized other athletes like Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving for not doing their part, right? Not going all in on trying to overcome this system of white privilege, right? That's what he's done. And I really find it fascinating, again, this dynamic of what is happening in regards to Stephen A. Smith and the power that he has on First Take over Max Kellerman and what he tried to do to replace Max in the past. But before we get in this, let's read about what's going on here so we have a little bit more details. Industry sources expect ESPN to remove Max Kellerman from First Take. Front Office Sports first mentioned the possibility of this move Wednesday afternoon. Sources tell OutKick that ESPN is exploring moving Kellerman to its morning show. All right, we're going to skip down here a little bit more. While Kellerman's future will get the attention right now, Stephen A. Smith's backstage politics are the real story. Smith's disdain for Kellerman as a co-host is the worst kept secret in sports media circles. Kellerman's removal was even a topic in Smith's 2019 contract negotiations. Smith lost that bout at the time and Kellerman stayed. ESPN did raise Smith's salary to $10 million a year though, so it wasn't for nothing. But Kellerman's time on First Take always had an expiration date because of Smith's relationship with ESPN Senior Vice President Dave Roberts, who oversees First Take. As the saying in the industry goes, what Stephen A. Smith wants, Robert makes happen. For background, Roberts wanted to shake up First Take dating back to 2018. As first reported by The Hollywood Reporter, Roberts tried to replace the show's host, Molly Karam. Stephen A. Smith was likely on board with this as well. Whew. That is one move they should have made. Molly should have been replaced way back when. Even though I don't even watch First Take anymore, so it doesn't matter. But that's part of the reason why. Okay? She's terrible. On First Take, you are treated based on how Smith and Roberts feel about you that day. For Kellerman, it's often unpleasant. Not even claiming that Donald Trump's base in the SEC is susceptible to low-quality information could save Kellerman from Smith and Roberts' power. All right, so essentially, you guys see the power dynamics here, right? So Stephen A. Smith is not getting kicked off the show, right? Obviously, they're looking to shake things up at ESPN. However, Max Kellerman is. Now, according to Stephen A. Smith and his woke rhetoric in the past, if we was to believe what this man says about white privilege, why is it that Max Kellerman is getting replaced and not him? Right? Because what Stephen A. Smith was saying is true about, black men never get an opportunity for X, Y, and Z, right? White people always have it easier. So you would think that in a situation like this, Max Kellerman exercised some of that privilege, right, that Stephen A. Smith talks about. But that's not what's happening. What's actually happening is that Stephen A. Smith, a black man, is calling the shots, right? Or at the very least, that's what the rumors say. He's calling the shot. That's what the rumors say. Okay? So that being said, because Stephen A. Smith allegedly doesn't really like Max that much, he doesn't like working with Max that much, Max gotta go. Max gotta go. Now, Stephen A. Smith actually addressed these rumors and came out and basically tried to explain his relationship with Max Kellerman.
Max is supposedly leaving. That's a rumor that's going on. Supposedly you two don't really, well, you don't really like him is what the rumor is out there, but you know, y'all work together. Sometimes that's what happens. Is he really leaving the show?
Those reports about me disliking Max are an absolute lie. I actually got a lot of love for the guy. I think that he's incredibly smart. He's intelligent and what have you. Any issues that we've had pertaining to the actual debate show per se, it's some of the things that I've been very public about as well as he is. He has a way of doing things. I have another way. But I can assure you, if he stays on the show, so be it. If he departs, it'll be because they have other things that they want him to do, that he's more than qualified to do on an elevated level. And you don't work with somebody for 5 years and never have any differences. But our differences were strictly as it pertained to a particular debate item that we may have tackled or whatever the case may be.
All right, guys. So as you can see that Stephen A. Smith, he's essentially denying the rumors. But at the same time, he doesn't sound like one of these guys that really cares whether or not Max Kellerman stays or goes. And I'm not surprised because I don't think they ever really had great chemistry, right? I really don't think they ever had great chemistry, okay? And I think Stephen A. Smith realizes that. And Stephen A. Smith, whom is thinking like a business person, right, in this situation, instead of emotional, which is the way he wants other people to think, okay? He tried to replace Max Kellerman with Skip Bayless, right? You remember Stephen A. Smith and Skip Bayless used to be on the same show, First Take. Skip Bayless is now at Fox Sports, right, with Shannon Sharp. Stephen A. Smith wants to replace Max, who he doesn't think he works as well with, right? The show isn't as good with Max. Ratings have definitely been falling. He wants to replace him with Skip Bayless. Why? One, because him and Skip Bayless are tight. But also, two, because he knows that the show is going to be more entertaining and that Skip Bayless is going to be a better draw than Max Kellerman. And that him and Skip Bayless have better synergy together. You notice how skin color wasn't a factor, right? When it came to Stephen A. Smith's decision, right, to try to bring Skip Bayless over to ESPN, he threw race out of the window. But yet he told Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving, he got all mad and butthurt because they didn't hire a black coach to coach them on the Nets. He got mad because they hired Steve Nash. But when it comes to his job, right, it's not like he was out there trying to get ESPN to replace Max with a black man, right, like he advocates other people do. He advocated for Max to be replaced with the best person for the job. That's what he did. That's what he did. And this is what I try to tell you about people when it comes down to this race stuff, guys. The only race that matters is green. Period. That's it. People can talk about, oh, white privilege, white supremacy, black this, white that, Asian, it don't matter. None of that stuff matters. At the end of the day, when it comes to capitalism, people are going to make the best decision based off the money. It's all about the money. Nobody's going to look and say, oh, let me get somebody black on the show, even though I know that that's not the best person for the job. I know that the viewers are not going to want to watch that as much as they want to watch me and somebody that I actually work well with, regardless of their skin color. That's the way Stephen A. Smith started to think. But he goes on the show and wants to get mad and throw temper tantrums and race bait, right? Because, oh, Tim Tebow got a job, or Steve Nash got a job, or some black coach that he thinks is qualified didn't get a job. When again, he had a prime opportunity to, hey, maybe hire a black person for that seat. He said no. He said no, and I don't blame him because he vouched for what was best for the show, which was for Skip to come back. Now, Skip ultimately decided not to, okay, right, obviously. But again, as you can see, guys, my point is that these people that go out and they race bait, and they'll tell other people to do stuff, right? They'll try to act all woke. But when it comes down to their money and their business, they are going to pick the best person for the job. So let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a black conservative perspective. Peace.